Hello. Hi. Ciao. That's goodbye. I tried to do a whole bit and I immediately messed it up. Hey, I'm Tom. Hi. That's my name right there, right below my face. Hello to everybody out there in the World Wide Web. Something's going on with my mic. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Let's jack up that audio a little bit more. There we go. All right. This is Off the Grid. For a couple Sundays per month, we gather to watch some weird wrestling stuff that I found on the internet for all of us to enjoy together. Here in a moment, we're going to be watching Memphis Championship Wrestling from June 2001. Hey, buddy. They can't see you. Hi. My son over there. Noli, waving. He says hello. So Memphis Championship Wrestling was maybe the weirdest WWE developmental territory. They didn't do live TV like all the other, live to tape TV like all the others, like OVW and XT, FCW. They just kind of taped their house shows and threw them on TV, really chopped up and edited, very ECW inspired. So we'll get to that here in a second. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there. But you know who are some great fathers? The members of my weirdo empire, aka everybody who is a member, a paid person. Anybody who has put down money, been like, I support you, Tom, in that way. So shout out to everybody in the weirdo empire. Including the newest member, Michael Collins. Shout out to Michael for joining the other day. Thank you so much. I think it was maybe even today he joined. So thank you so much to everybody. We'll have news towards the end of the stream about our next members only stream. Nope. We're too fast. Jumping ahead. So towards the end of the stream, we will have news about the next edition of Not Quite Wrestling, my monthly members only stream. I think you all will like it, like what we're going to watch. It'll be fun. But right now, it's at 8:05. I've been live for probably about 4 minutes. I think it's time we watch some wrestling. Let's go back to June the 2nd, 2001, and check out some Memphis Championship Wrestling. Let's go.
If this is where you came to make it big, but this is your typical.
As always, let me know how
you would be me.
the volume is, whether it be me or the show.
Lance Cage, you're in some serious trouble tonight.
So the gentleman in the bandana, if you do not recognize,
here in the building, and I'll tell you what, tonight
is Rod Rageous,
with Abs, Steve Bradley,
a.k.a. Rodney from the Mean Street Posse.
If you're talking about what I did to him last week, that was last week. This is this week.
The blonde gentleman is Lance Cage,
Hey, you beat the snot
one of Shawn Michaels' first students. Hey, Dr. Liam, thank you so much.
Three-way dance first man to get a pin. Lance Cade is in.
Got Steve Bradley, Lance Cade, and Joey Abs.
Both out with the chair last week. Look at that.
Exactly. FM over on YouTube. Nothing would change that would ruin wrestling for like 20 years.
On that splash,
in this
but
month.
catches the knees. Smart move on Bradley's part.
There's Victoria.
Victoria's out here.
This is the era where Steve Bradley's trying to make himself as unlike Rob Van Dam as possible, because he knew Rob was signing with WWE and he didn't want to be seen as Timu Rob Van Dam.
Kick out of Lance Cade. Goes up in a cover.
Hey, Space Ghost.
Hey.
Hey, Terry Golden.
Exciting hour of Memphis Championship Wrestling
That is
Unleashed.
David
We're just a week
Jett.
and a half away from the Slammin' Summer Showdown Tour, but we're not holding anything back this week.
Yeah, Rob Zombie is, other than Limp Bizkit, I think Rob Zombie is the most pro wrestling musician ever. Yeah, I think Victoria is going to be the shampoo commercial of the evening, Brian.
cost him the match. Lance Cade got the pin.
Yeah, David
And
Jett,
as a
former
result this
radio
week,
DJ. I'm
Shooter
sure he's
Schultz
been in
has
many,
ordered a
many,
Southern
many
heavyweight title
cover
match.
bands.
Steve, who's your daddy, Bradley, will be defending against.
That's right. This is
Lance
very
Cade.
2001
Also
because
coming up
Steve
later in
Bradley's
today's
nickname is
program,
Who's
we're
Your
gonna be
Daddy?
talking to Victoria. We're going to get her thoughts.
The
on
baddest
this whole
mofo in
situation and
Memphis,
why she did
who is
what
not a
she did.
nympho.
Also on today's program, hardcore title on the line 7.
David Jett,
Will be
yes, I believe he was in
defending
Kick-Ass
against an
Wrestling.
opponent named by Shooter Schultz. That man is Joey Abs. These are two big monsters. They're going to be slugging it out, center of the ring, hardcore.
Yeah, I don't see how that's real hair on his head.
We go till somebody gets their ass kicked.
But can you see
In
the
addition, Haas brothers are
ECW
here. They'll be
influence on
taking
this already?
Spanky and the American Dragon in non-title competition. The Haas brothers refused to put up the Southern Tag Team titles this week. York and Matthews are here. The Island Boys are here.
Island Boys,
also,
Ekmo and Kimo,
we have
aka
Shooter Schultz, the
Rosey
new
and
commissioner. We'll
Umaga.
be hearing from him today. Plenty more on today's program. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, Haas brothers take on American Dragon and Spanky.
All right, David Jett still hanging around Memphis, doing things.
Victoria!
Yes, the Haas brothers. It's insane those guys were indie wrestlers before developmental.
Ever hit the Mid-South. Superstar from MCW, the World Wrestling Federation, and for the first time
The crazy part is they sent down all these WWF guys and immediately cut off MCW, like right afterwards. Yeah, Power Pro was going on simultaneously. It was really weird. Essentially, all the developmental guys were working two territories in the same territory, like the same physical territory. They did an interpromotional thing for a bit, and then it was just, oh, everybody's on both shows.
Autographed photos, action figures.
At this era, actually, I remember now, they had put out an ultimatum to Power Pro that you can either have Jerry Lawler, because Jerry Lawler had just quit / been fired from the WWF. And they were like, you can either have Jerry Lawler or you can have WWE developmental stars. And they picked Jerry Lawler. All right. Only the classiest of ads on Memphis Championship Wrestling. 1-900-976 Girl. Hopefully they weren't doing phone sex in that voice. What are you wearing?
Up-to-date information. The stories behind the headlines. News Radio 600 WREC. Mike Fleming, awful bashful about giving his opinion.
I'm telling you, there's no way to look at it except my way.
Told ya. Mike Fleming, 3 to 7 weekdays, right here on News Radio 600 WREC.
Like,
Oak Express's Memorial Day sale has been held over,
The,
which means you can still get incredible bargains offered during our Memorial Day sale. Plus, we're also offering no payment.
Sorry, I got lost in thought.
That's
The phone sex commercials sounded like Fred Schneider
on our entire stock of dining, home office, home entertainment, and bedroom furnishings. Now that you've had
doing a
couple
phone
of days
sex
to rest,
ad.
get out and save during our Memorial Day sale. Continuing
I
this
looked
week.
at Roll Topper.
5248
Gosh.
in Memphis.
Bryan. Getting randy.
Bring the stars of Memphis Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, I'm sure there are many folks who run charities that are watching MCW with all these phone sex ads thinking, we need to bring these guys to town.
Or visit us on the web at MemphisChampionshipWrestling.com. Dates are filling up fast, so call 901-756-5498. And we'll see you in the ring in your
Hey, Darnell, hey, this is a deep cut. Hope you're doing well. All right, yes, we do have American Dragon Bryan Danielson, not quite Bryan Danielson yet, teaming with Spanky against the Haas brothers, Charlie and Russ.
This is a non-title matchup. The Haas brothers have for weeks been trying to duck and dodge
Rings
in this area.
See, I'm trying to, because I thought they had a WWF ring. Like, it's definitely WWF ring ropes. But that is really small. That's a good point.
And the Haas brothers better remember that. They're outside the ring trying to regroup here. Charlie and Russ. Oh, what's Dragon got?
There's like nobody here, by the way.
Here he comes.
Look at that! Oh, I was peeking way too loud.
And here comes Spanky with a dishwasher.
Yeah, Charlie and Russ are giant. We're giant dudes. People don't realize because Charlie was always standing next to Shelton Benjamin, who is also a giant man in his own right.
Of what the Haas brothers do today, I can tell you right now.
He's huge.
They have already been signed.
The ring is as small as that crowd.
At those events. No way they're getting out.
It is crazy. Like, knowing what the WWF was looking for at that time, that Bryan Kendrick was in developmental for almost 2 years.
Together at the Shawn Michaels Training Academy, both graduates are there.
That's the stroke that Shawn Michaels had over that company. And listen, Bryan Kendrick, oh shit. Bryan Danielson always doing reckless shit.
Referee Mike Darby distracted by Spanky. Spanky letting his temper get the best of him here.
But like Spanky's out, he doesn't even have ring gear. I mean, he has boots, but he's out there in like swim trunks.
Grabs Dragon by the hair.
And this is probably the biggest Bryan Kendrick ever was. But he's still a very small wrestler.
He wants to tag, and so does Spanky, who gets a little over anxious there, and some double team maneuvers out of the Haas brothers.
Also, considering the type of wrestler Bryan Danielson was and has been, it's crazy that his origins were in WWE developmental.
Due to Lance Cay's victory in that triple threat match last week,
And specifically in Memphis. I wonder if he told Bryan about the lizards too. Oh gosh.
Hear from her later on today about what happened last week when she turned her back on Bradley. Count of two. And Charlie gets a close.
I hope Bryan Kendrick learned a lesson from all that.
Picks him up by the hair, is going to whip him into the ropes. Misses the clothesline. Here comes Dragon. Cross body block. Cover. Only a count of one there, and
yeah, the fact Danielson would be a dramatically different wrestler if he didn't go to developmental, but it's not for the reasons most wrestlers are. It's not that he got better at WWE style, it's that he spent time hanging around Reckless Youth and Tracy Smothers and William Regal.
There's a suplex finally.
And kind of became the wrestler that we know Bryan Danielson to be now.
Going to get it that way on American Dragon. Dragon's a man.
Yeah, that's weird. When Shawn worked out that deal with FMW to bring in his students, like 2 months out of training.
And now Russ telling referee to watch Spanking. In the meantime, here comes Charlie.
This is a spot you never see anymore.
At the same time.
Would have probably been a little more effective if they kept it on for more than 2 seconds. That's awesome, James. I'd totally be that asshole dad. We gotta stop. First time I went to Disney World, I walked over to the soundstage where they used to tape WCW Worldwide.
And here comes Russ Haas, the cannonball in on Dragon. Now for the cover.
Again, that's crazy. These guys are so big and they're just flying around the ring.
Puts on the rope. Russ.
Like they were legit top level D1 amateur wrestlers. And they were just working in Jersey All Pro doing all these crazy high spots.
Choking Dragon over the top rope. Another nice amateur move there, Russ. Sure, everyone at Seton Hall's proud of you, buddy.
I think the Performance Center is what you make of it.
For the close fist. Here comes the Irish whip into the corner. Dragon catches himself. He's up and over. Catches Russ with a kick to the side of the head.
There are wrestlers that have gone there and
minutes, Dragon has finally opened up a little window of opportunity here.
Set under the Norman Smiley learning tree and really became dynamic performers. And they actually took advantage of the fact, I got Robbie Brookside over here. They're bringing in all these random guest trainers. And then there's others that like,
Another drop kick takes him down.
this wrestling stuff ain't so hard. It's dependent on the performer. Braun Breaker, great example of a dude who just speed ran that place. I think Lash Legend has gotten so much better in the last year.
No, Charlie counters. He's got Spanky. Belly to back super.
Oh no! These
These
dudes throwing out frickin' Misawa Saito suplexes in developmental. It's fucking crazy. I have not seen Jackie Gata in years. The last time I saw her was that video that I think everybody has seen. Obafemi's another guy who I feel like he's a performance center success story. Absolutely. Like that guy only, I need to bring this down. That guy only got as good as he's gotten through the performance.
On Memphis Championship Wrestling Unleashed.
Ooh, again, the Twitch for some reason on this one specific page in OBS. Shit, was there a super chat question? Fuck. I need to scroll back up. I am bad.
It's kind of a funny question because I've been wondering that myself. I know Victoria's in this building. And before the night is through, I promise you that I will find her because we got something.
Oh, hey, James Alvarez. I am so sorry. It sped right past you. Thank you for the super chat. That's so freaking generous. Weird blip in WWE booking. Any reason Johnny B. Bad lost the TV title Lex Luger in a house show? I don't remember that.
Champion. One of the most historic.
I kind of wonder because he was going back and forth with WCW in like negotiations. I'm kind of wondering if Luger or Bischoff was like, okay, fine. You don't want to do business? We'll take the belt from you. We'll show you how useless you are, like promoters do. And then he's like, fine, I'll be a little easier to negotiate with. Put the belt back on him to, butter him up, and then they took it off of him when he decided to leave. I think that might have been it, but I'm not 100% sure. Sorry. What the fuck? This song's insane. Again, consider they're trying to do like an ECW ripoff with like the crazy like 2001 nu metal music, and we've got the most 80s techno mega mix possible. Now Enter Sandman. I think we're just throwing in whatever songs are on this dude's winning. We are way too all over the place with this music.
Warning, despite the extreme violence, no wrestlers
Oh shit, backyard wrestling commercial.
Your discretion is advised.
The best of backyard wrestling has been
The best of backyard wrestling. Volume 7.
And we have it all caught on tape. This wild footage is
By the way, I missed it 3 minutes ago. Thank you, Darnell, for subbing at Tier 1. That is very, very kind of you. My dear friend, I appreciate the support. Appreciate you having me. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. And Dev passed the sticks and 5's Jake. Thank you for following me over on
Pro Wrestling sexiest supermodel Tylene Buck like you've never seen her before. Remember, this video is not sold in stores. To order the best of backyard wrestling, call the number at the bottom.
Hey, what are you going to jerk off to? Backyard wrestling.
Shipping and handling. Order now and you'll receive the forbidden bonus footage absolutely free. Don't wait. Call 1-800-418-4707.
Oh my gosh. I need to find that, Roger. This company made a prank tape with O.J. Simpson.
Have you had credit troubles in the past? Don't worry. Been turned down by
Are you
every
sure?
car
Don't
dealer
worry.
in town? Don't worry. Feel like you have nowhere to
Room
turn?
temperature.
Don't worry. All new
My favorite.
Chevrolet
My favorite
Tigerville
temperature.
can help. If you've got $199,
Like I've never
you may
seen
already
Tylene
qualify
Buck
for
like I've never seen her fully
$20,000 in
clothed.
credit, regardless of your past credit history. Call 1-866-759
Bless her heart, man.
for fast, easy loan approval. Bad
She
credit,
got
no
her money
credit,
and she
no
got the
problem.
fuck out of
Divorce,
wrestling.
bankruptcy, repossession, it doesn't matter. If you've got $199, you may already qualify for a brand new Chevrolet worth up to $20,000.
Yeah, no, those backyard
Qualify
wrestling tapes
and
were
drive away. Call 1-866-759-LEN.
everywhere.
24 hours a day. It's
Suncoast
easy
Video?
and absolutely free. Call
Had like a whole wall of them at one point.
1-866-759-LEN and get a loan.
Room temperature, I did play the backyard wrestling
759-LEN
games.
and drive away to
The
Dan,
first one's a lot better than the
all-new
second.
Chevrolet in Collierville, Mr. Big Volume, USA.
Mr. Big Volume.
When people ask you such personal things, do you always tell them everything, both the negative and the
imagine-
positive, or do you kind of hold back some things? I am obligated.
Imagine sitting here watching this and thinking, 25 years later,
Good one. You know
there's
what?
going to be
about 6 months or so
Lifetime
ago,
movies
because he
and
was taking
HBO
a bus.
documentaries.
You know the one I am talking about, don't you? Yes.
Call 1-800-266-9557.
Miss Cleo. All right. Hey, it's 7.
Making his way to the ring for this hardcore matchup, the current MCW Hardcore Champion from
Al
St.
Bundy's
Louis,
nephew, 7. That's what that kid grew up to be. 7, a.k.a. Mordecai, a.k.a. Kevin Thorne, a.k.a. Indianapolis's top real estate agent.
Actually,
Yes, this is Kevin the Vampire.
I've said it many times. I'm not interested.
That
in
is the most
hardcore wrestling at all.
2001 top
You got a good seat for
he
this.
could possibly be wearing.
And his opponent,
Yeah, this was on the local
North
Memphis
Carolina, Joey.
UPN station. A lot of the UPN affiliates would give slots to indie wrestling because we could advertise it during SmackDown and pop a number for this show at midnight on a Saturday.
Turns it around on 7.
Joey Abs is fucking huge. Like Kevin Furtick 7 is a giant guy, and Joey Abs is like twice as wide. His shoulders. Yes, Joey Abs, one of the Mean Street Posse. At this time, WWE Creative had told them, hey, you all need to come up with different things so we can call you back up as not the Mean Street Posse.
Well, that you certainly did last week.
I'm a technician, Jet.
Yeah, dude, if I looked like Joey Abs did here, I'd never wear a shirt.
That's right.
That. Smash the garbage can. Count of 1, 2, and 7 out of it.
Yeah, both these guys are tough. They
Like
can-
Joey Abs was because he was in with the Omega crew with like Helms and Moore and the Hardys.
Right off with their big,
And
clumsy club feet.
like back in the day, he's the one everybody thought was going to be the biggest star because he was 6'5" and had shoulders like mountains.
Outside of the ring.
I need to get on the gas.
Look out. Spilling all over.
I think it wasn't that anything was wrong with the Main Street Posse. It was that they were so established as the guys who would get their asses kicked every week that they're like, if we want to push you guys, you got to come back as something different.
Pinfalls can count anywhere. Eventually go to somebody
Also,
else's ass.
considering how many restrictions WWE developmental guys had when it came to like how to work and stuff,
They're coming over this
it's
way.
crazy that they had a hardcore division.
Somebody needs to go out here and get these guys.
Like I've heard OVW guys complain like,
Charlie
we
Miller doing the best he
we
can.
did this feud for like 6 months and our blow off had to be a regular match because we had orders from Jim Ross that we couldn't use weapons.
See, you take risks like that, and look what happens. They
I'm
keep it in the ring
surprised
and learn how to wrestle.
because like Pete Gas still
That's
took
what
bookings for a while. Like up to like a few years ago, I'm genuinely surprised that nobody tried to do Mean Street Posse versus the Spirit Squad.
See what I mean? No control.
WWE has a wellness policy, but they don't announce suspensions anymore. Hey, last man. Hello.
You notice the way I got out of the way?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like,
I got my own agenda.
I get that the Mean Street Posse needed a quote worker,
Stuffing the garbage man into the corner.
but like
Looking to do some serious damage.
Joey Abs in a sweater vest makes no fucking
Two guys swinging away at
sense.
each other. Right to the eyes.
I do not know what you're talking about, Great Boy. Vanity Project from WWE? I don't know.
Garbage can, and that's got to be murder on his.
Is somebody hanging in the background? I just see feet dangling.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
the
you would
hell?
think that.
Hey, Luis, that is Kevin
You know what I'm
Thorne.
saying? These guys are as dumb as they look. I'd have gone for the pin right there. This guy. He's not all there yet. Look at it. He's leaving him
Yeah,
away.
they could have gotten
You're
the great
gonna stand
developmental
up like that?
legend, Scott Vick and Joey Legend.
Hey, now look what he's done.
These two guys that wrestled each other so many times that they just melded into one person. Like when somebody dies in a recliner and nobody is, oh shit, and like nobody has known that they died. Oh, so they just kind of meld into the chair.
2, 3.
New hardcore champ, Jet. How about that?
And your winner and
The new
new
hardcore champion.
Joey Abs.
Hey, Slatanica. Yes, we are watching WWE Developmental from 2001.
And what are your thoughts on having this? What's he doing with the belt?
All right.
What are you laughing at?
Wait, why did he slam it down? I thought he was gonna like destroy it and be like, oh, I hate hardcore. No, he
When I'm ready
just
for you
wants
to
it.
find out, you're missing a lot more than I know about, but I'll let you in on it when I'm ready.
I have tried to find out Cajun Predator's real name, RO, and I cannot find shit.
Superstars from MCW, the World Wrestling Federation, and for the first time on the same card, superstars from
I love that they couldn't get
WCW.
footage.
Coming to Poplar Bluff, Missouri,
WWE's like, we'll send you like half a dozen wrestlers, but we will not send you a second of video footage for the commercial.
15th at the Crossroads Arena and Jackson, Tennessee, Saturday, June 16th.
Exactly, Dr. Liam. Pete Gas is here. He's Pete Gas.
The main event.
And Joey Abs is Joey Abs. But they're like, come up with tough guy things to do. Whereas Rodney did get to change his name. See, that's Rod Rages.
Replica wrestling belts, XFL merchandise, wrestling videos and magazines, plus one-of-a-kind items you'll find only at the main
God,
event.
it's insane. There were wrestling was so popular in this era. There were wrestling stores, and like I get that folks are. There are measurements that show wrestling is bigger right now than it was in 2001. There are metrics that show that. But I think because pop culture and entertainment in general is just so... We have so much of it, so much more. We're not limited to the 60 to 80 channels that we had back then. You can watch anything.
Another episode of The Barkers and Girlfriend.
Like...
Monday, beginning
I
at
feel
7
like-
on UPN 30.
Culturally, wrestling meant so much more than, here we go, 1-800 Girl. Girl. That's right, yeah, that's a good point, Dr. Liam. Retail is pretty much dead.
Now at 1-900.
Yeah, there were wrestling restaurants.
$3.99.
WWF and WCW both had restaurants, that's right. Alright, and Luis, R.I.P., your friend William. My condolences to you and yours.
The countdown is on to Cena's last battle.
All the best.
Before the finale, relive the episode that introduced a trusted ally,
Joxer, the mighty,
and Cena's arch enemy.
Yeah, none of those girls are answering calls.
Witness the
Fred
rivalry
Schneider
that forever
again.
changed the warrior princess.
I made her, and I'll be the one to destroy her.
On the next,
I was not a Xena fan.
Sunday at noon on UPN
I also thought
30.
Hercules was kind of boring.
Bring the stars of Memphis Championship Wrestling to your town live.
I've
and in
heard a
person.
lot of good things
If your
about
school or
Suplex
civic
Vintage
organization
Wrestling.
is ready to take advantage
I've had a lot
the
of friends
hottest
go there.
fundraiser in the Mid-South. Don't hesitate. Call 901-756-5498.
Hey, RGT. Yeah, Pastamania. Pastamania lived and died before the boom, though. That was in
They fill up
95.
fast. So call 901-756-5498, and we'll see you in the ring.
Holy
in
shit,
your
Izzy, you
hometown.
ate at the Nitro Grill.
This Island boy, Ekmo, arriving at the building here. He's got a Southern, hey, wait a minute.
He's got a Southern, hey, wait a minute.
In the parking lot, there's Russ on. 2-on-1 sneak attack.
These guys are
on
fucking
Ekmo.
gigantic.
Steel chair
I don't-
on the top of the head.
Again, because they all were around each other, it's hard to comprehend. But all of these guys are so big.
Not the door.
Hey, Stephen J. Neptune, man.
They've smashed his arm.
Call Rikishi.
Call Rikishi. Why?
He's got his arm bandaged up.
What's Rikishi gonna do?
We're working on it earlier.
Hey, Rikishi, do you have my insurance card number?
His partner. He's taking a lot of punishment, but he falls over. There's the tag. And he's only got one arm, but he's in there on both the Haas brothers. Here's some payback for you, boys. And look at that.
I'm gonna suplex you with my broken arm.
Ekmo trying to protect.
Yes, they did. They used the static transitions from ECW TV.
But look out. Oh, Russ has a chair right back.
I saw Rikishi's comments about Jay. They're fucking hilarious. Like, they're very over the top, but I get it. I'm a dad.
And 3.
I joked that if Noli becomes a wrestler, I'm gonna send that as a voicemail to every promoter that books him the job.
Come on, guys, Brett, get him out of the ring.
Get him out of the ring. He's trying to do Lance Russell, but he's like, I'm too cool to be Lance Russell. I think Jerry Lawler's place is still around. Wait, are they? Oh, I thought they were going to wrestle again.
Championship wrestling all of a sudden.
First of all, anyone out here disrespecting my brother one more time, and I'll personally come out there and paintbrush every one of you.
I'll paintbrush every one of you. What a threat.
This is how it's gonna go. We are so sick and tired of hearing you.
Has anybody seen that video of Charlie Haas's like children wrestling? Like he was like running a little promotion in Oklahoma, and his kids were the opening match every week. They were like 6 years old, and one of them was a heel. And the crowd booed him. Could you imagine booing a 6-year-old? Kid was out there, oh, but I hate you. And these grown adults were like, arrgh.
Putting up the titles today, but whoever wins this next matchup gets a pin.
Yeah, David Jett's very like 1986 looking.
In this match, we'll get a title shot. But no, we're not gonna do it today.
Yeah, that's just how David Jett looked, man. Again, I'm sure he's one of those guys that's very into the cover band scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Isle of Samoa, OG Ekmo and
God,
Kimo,
Haas's
the
kids.
Island
Like, the
Boys.
thing is, they don't even, like, when they wrestle, they don't do any amateur shit. God damn, this rules. Yes.
That's a
Yes.
disgrace right there, David Jett.
I love this.
The Outlaws. Those two
I love baby faces that make the crowd dance.
those rednecks makes me sick to my stomach.
Like, these people have reacted to nothing on this show, and now they are all up dancing because of the Island Boys.
Let me just remind everyone out there
David Jett looks like he said music just isn't the same all the time.
If you get the Inside Wrestler, you'll see a great article on why we are the most devastating.
But I
tag
fucking
team
loved
in
the
years.
Island Boys. I remember around this time there was a Raw in Indianapolis, and I, being a little smarky smirk 13-year-old, brought a sign that said, "Call up the Island Boys," and on the back it said, "Use Steve Bradley," because I wanted to show how smart I
Either one of
was.
these teams would give you guys a run for your money.
David Jett Ross, I don't know what.
Now the Island, when you think of Island Boys, you think of those guys on TikTok who look nothing like giant Samoans.
Couldn't have said it better, Russ.
Christian York and Joey Matthews, they just had the worst possible luck. Everywhere they went shut down right after they started.
Those are wrestling moves. You don't see me and my brother throwing punches in our match.
I don't see you and your
That's
brother
dope,
doing anything.
Slatanica.
You're not defending those titles.
We defend our titles all the time.
Very
We're just
cool.
taking a break.
Have we done enough tonight, huh? How many people do we have to beat?
WCW guys ended up at HWA. They closed MCW
He just broke that little skinny
essentially so that they could justify opening up HWA to send the WCW guys to, since Les Thatcher already had most of them for a couple of months in like late 2000.
Title shot next week.
No one will get a pin in this match.
Brian. So again, for those of you who don't know, Bryan Germany, my dear friend Brian, Brian the 201 in the chat, worked for Spike TV for a number of years. Likes to regale us with stories every now and again about his time there. He said, Christian York was in TNA. One of my co-workers, who I won't name to protect the guilty, only ever referred to him as drugs. Not to be confused with the late great Drugs Delaney, R.I.P. Gunned down in his prime.
Kimo breaks it up. Ekmo still has his arm.
Yeah, MCW was a total mess behind the scenes. That's not that Chris Benoit. Like, they didn't have a training school for these guys.
That's right. He slipped over his own stomach and he hurt his
They
arm.
would set up the ring in the promoter's backyard a time or two a week. And everybody would just get a call, hey, if you want to come roll around a bit for a bit, we have the ring up from like 2 to 5.
Looks familiar. This move. Never works that move.
Double drop.
Whereas like OVW had an actual school.
You know what? I'm tired of all this. You know, Russ?
R.I.P. Drugs Delaney, one of the all-time greats. Love him.
The Haas brothers up in the ring. They're in on both teams. They want to make sure nobody gets a pin. Ah, I see the swerve here.
I see this. Fuck you.
Matthews in.
God. I hate hearing commentators talk about swerves. Also, why didn't the ref call the bell?
They're all sitting around facing each other.
I don't know if ownership was all... Like, the promoter was a Tennessee indie wrestler named Terry Golden. He was a Tennessee indie wrestler, so he's going to be kind of shady to begin with.
And the winner of this matchup.
Yeah, well, we've seen Rod Rageous a few times already.
Brothers.
This is not the Macklin stuff. No. That is years after this.
As it may be,
God, I am so mad. The Hulkamania tour you're referring to, RGT, is just sitting on somebody's hard drive. And because somebody owes that guy like $15,000, nobody will ever see it. Mercury's partner is Christian York.
The Southern Tag Champs got to know that there are two teams breathing down their necks that want those.
I just don't get what happened in that match. Apparently everything is no DQ in this promotion, which makes me ask, why the fuck is there a hardcore title? This had to have been the pre-show music at all the shows. God, what do you think this was labeled as on Napster, where they found it at? Yeah, I remember that ride. They really did not like being paired with MCW. But also, they don't own the library. So, like, that's, I think, part of the reason why, too. Why they showed the OVW logo in that game. Hey, Matt P. Yes, MCW was developmental for WWE at this time. They were about to lose the deal.
Warning, despite the extreme violence, no wrestlers were injured during the making of this videotape. Your discretion is advised.
I think that's a lie. David Jett's real music made. I'm expecting to hear a winning tag.
We can't even show it to you in this commercial. NBC News reports the best of backyard wrestling is violent and shocking, astonishing.
I love that they used an NBC News quote about backyard wrestling in general as if it's a review of this tape. Like Tom Brokaw did a movie review of backyard wrestling. Don't try this at home.
Supermodel Tylene Buck like you've never seen her before. Remember, this video is not sold in stores. stores. To order the best of backyard wrestling, call the
It was sold in stores. Liar. Roosh delivery. It shows up and the mailman chokes you with the cord.
That's
It really whips the llama's ass. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Oh, another phone sex ad. 1-800-FREE-LOVE.
Party doesn't get started until you pick up the phone and call 1-800-FREE-LOVE. You can just
See that? I figured 1-800-FREE-LOVE is like,
we want to know.
yeah, you call in and support a bill legalizing queer marriage.
1-800-FREE-LOVE.
Free love. You know, everybody. Love is love. No, this is very heteronormative.
What is class?
I get $2 a minute for free love. Fuck you.
State-of-the-art 2001 limousine from B&A Limousine Service. Their top-notch show.
God, how gross do you think those seats were?
Enhance that special occasion, whether it's.
Hey, I'm gonna order me a limousine from the wrestling show.
And the luxury of a B&A limousine. B&A
A
also
B&A. I thought you said DNA limousine. I'm like, I'm sure there's some DNA in that limousine.
$95.95, and B&A is on the way.
Do you want to play?
Holy shit! Another phone sex ad.
Call me.
This is the free marketplace
Call us.
of getting your rocks off on the phone.
Come play with us. It's better than playing alone.
What if this is a pool hotline? Like, press 1 to get tips from the Miz. Not that Miz. The pool Miz.
Let the games begin.
Wow. Those tapes are still on Amazon. Backyard Wrestling tapes.
Live
Yankee
and in
Hawk
person.
looked them up.
If your school or civic organization is ready to take advantage
B&A
of
limo. Seats mopped weekly, whether they need it or not.
Call 901-756-5498 or visit us on the web at MemphisChampionshipWrestling.com. Dates are filling up fast, so call 901-756-5498 and we'll see you in the ring in your hometown.
Is that a threat? Like, if we come to do a fundraiser in your town, you have to
Welcome back to
fight
Memphis
these
Championship
wrestlers?
Wrestling. In case you're tuning in late, a lot has gone down on today's program. We have a new hardcore champion, Joey Abs.
See, I used to watch this on the America One Real Player feed. They weren't running phone sex ads on there. They were running, like, Best of Alabama
next week, we'll find out
cassette
what that
tapes.
situation is and what Shooter's interest in the hardcore title is. Joey Abs, our new hardcore champion. Also on today's program, a lot going down in the tag team division, the Southern Tag Team.
And also,
title
rock and
holders,
roll
the
just ain't what it
Hot
used to be,
have been
folks.
dodging and ducking York and Matthews and the Island Boys for weeks. But I got to tell you, we're just a week
That's
and a
right,
half away
yes.
from the Slammin' Summer Showdown Tour.
Russell Joy.
4
Andy?
cities
Is that
here
you,
in the
Andy?
Mid-South
Hello?
And already signed. I'm telling
yeah,
you, the Hot
ECW
Brothers
would
will
be on, like,
defending those
the
tag
stations
titles
that ran
all
Bible
4
programming
nights.
all
That is, if they
day.
can make it
And then at
through
2
all 4
a.m.,
nights, because coming in
be
and
like,
listen to York and Matthews,
Francine's
this is the
boobs
Island
and
Boys,
blood everywhere.
Another team wanting a shot at those Southern Tag Team titles, none other than Farouk and Bradshaw. The Acolytes, the APA, will be in all 4 cities. And if you saw the
They had to run the
Acolytes in
loop.
Jackson, Tennessee, just a month
Hell yeah,
or so ago,
Andy.
they
Hello,
blew
hello.
the roof off
Glad
the
to see
place.
you over here,
Exciting
making the trek
night
from
of
Blue
action.
Sky.
We're gonna have Rikishi, Raven, The Right to Censor, Spike Dudley, Jerry Lynn. It's going to be a wild night.
It's
in
all the
every
guys we
one
don't
of
have
those
room
cities.
for on the house
And
show
Jackson,
loop.
Tennessee, and Corinth, Mississippi are only about an
Dr.
hour's drive.
Liam,
Memphis,
I'm going to
Tennessee
tell
is
you
gonna
about when
be
my
well
band
worth
opened
your
for
trip to
Stryper
come
in
out and see one of
1986.
these spectacular
It was great.
cards. Light heavyweight title action in all 4 cities.
Yeah,
The
no,
current
Indianapolis
champion
was like that,
Spanky will be
Andy.
there, and the current
ECW,
WWF
there was like a whole
Light
wrestling
Heavyweight
block
champion
that was
Jerry
on
Lynn will be in those
on
cities.
the
In just a
religious
couple of minutes,
channel.
we're gonna hear
They got the
from
feed
Spanky
from
and
the America
Dragon.
One
Rod
network.
Rageous is standing by with
And that
both
was
of
their
them right
nighttime
now.
programming.
Before we go to
Hey,
break, just a quick
Suzanne,
reminder
Adam
here, in just
Suzanne.
a couple of minutes, our big main event. Lance
Yeah, RTC
Cage going
was
for the
on the
Southern
way,
heavyweight
was
title.
being
Steve
filtered
Loser
out.
Daddy Bradley defending. He's
So,
been
yeah,
looking
it's-
for Victoria
it only makes
today.
sense
He's
they
had no
were
luck in finding her.
making
but I'll tell you
appearances
what, she's
in
here. I
developmental.
know she's here. And when we go to that main event,
You lived in
I'm getting
Indianapolis,
Victoria out
okay,
the ring.
that makes
We're gonna have
sense.
some comments
See, I
from
would
Victoria
get
about
the
this whole situation,
footage
so
of the
don't you go
Indianapolis
anywhere.
stuff. My grandma lived in
Victoria coming
Mooresville.
up next. Okay, I understand. We've got
Makes
American
sense.
Dragon Spanky standing by with Rod Rageous.
Rodder,
All I know is you
There we
guys
go.
pulled up a big win today.
Why wasn't this footage in the Bryan Danielson video that they did to that Green Day song?
That belt will be on the line every single night against Memphis Championship Wrestling superstars and the World Wrestling Federation superstars. So what are you going to do about that, baby?
Well, you know, Spike Dudley's going to be there, a big superstar, and he's a Dudley boy, so they're known for putting people through tables.
He's a
I
Dudley
don't
boy.
really like tables and all that stuff. I'm a
Also, let me
wrestler,
tell you
I'm a
about this
wrestler,
thing
so
I found
should be a
online
good
about
wrestling match. You got
the
Jerry Lynn,
terrorists.
former ECW world champion, current
I
heavyweight champion, WWF, but I'm the
was raised in a town called Crawfordsville that was about an hour north of Indianapolis. My grandparents were from the suburbs of Indy.
Competition out there.
So,
wait a second. Speaking of stiff, I'm as stiff as they come.
We ain't talking about how you wake up in the morning. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Rodriguez is like Timu
I'm
Grandmaster
former light heavyweight
Sexay.
champ myself. And do you know what? While you're wrestling those WWF guys, don't forget that I want a shot at that title too.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like,
Hey, I don't know what's going
these
on.
two were the only two cruiserweights in developmental, so they were perennially each other's opponents and tag partners for whatever the light heavyweight titles were in Power Pro in Memphis. I'm not near Louisville. I went to college down south.
Jonesboro, Arkansas, Thursday, June 14th at the ASU.
Val Venus is more unhinged because everything I've heard is that Brian Kendrick has like spent so much time learning and trying to atone for the bullshit he said.
Wrestling superstore with everything for the wrestling fan. Wrestling jackets, hats, and t-shirts.
It's not my place to say whether or not he should like
action figures,
get his position back in wrestling. Absolutely not. But whereas Val Venus is just out there spitting that shit out every fucking day.
At the main event.
And everybody knows Steve Bradley's always in the main event.
The main event, 2745 Bartlett Boulevard.
It's so sad. I love Steve Bradley. There we go. G-I-R-L.
Call us now at 1-900-976-GIRL. $3.99 per minute.
FIP stuff? Probably not. I think FIP stuff might be at least there. I think WWE owns some of the FIP library.
Hey, Memphis.
So
now there's $5 at French Riviera.
I'm gonna stay away from
$5 or pay just $5 for 5 days. This is the best of them all. $5 to enroll.
the Festival of Fitness. After you're done cranking it on the phone.
Watson's has what you're looking for.
At sizzling sale prices.
Pools, we've got them. Lots of them. All at sizzling sale prices.
I used to see these ads all the fucking time.
Hot prices on hundreds of patio furniture sets and accessories.
When I think of patio furniture, hot tubs, I think of fire.
Canning beds, pool tables. Watson's has special low prices on pool chemicals, toys, and accessories.
It's hot.
It's Watson's.
It's Watson.
Evil has a name.
I can make you feel like we have chemistry.
Oh, it's blind dates.
Tomorrow I wake up to a beautiful
Shit.
wife, and you wake up to
Kids these days don't realize
Blind date.
Monday night at 10
what we had to
on
do for
UPN 30.
brainless entertainment. We had to wait till 10 o'clock.
Attention fans.
A specific time to watch shit like that. Now they just put that in the
Memphis
TikToks.
Championship Wrestling is looking for interns and individuals
Look at
who
that
want to be a part of the Memphis
Comic
Championship
Sans
Wrestling
font.
team.
Join our
We have a number
team.
of opportunities in advertising, marketing, promotions, sales, television, and more. Contact us today. Send your resume to MCW Post Office Box 7.
Send your resume. We'll call you in for an interview.
Or email us at mcwwrestling@hotmail.com. Join the Memphis Championship Wrestling team.
They're gonna call you. Hey, do you have 2 arms? Can you move chairs?
This is Victoria.
There's Victoria, accompanied by Travis Tomko. I don't know if he was under contract here. Like, he's from the Memphis area. And I think he was just hanging around. And they're like, shit, you're huge.
I know you're noticing.
Somebody is wolf whistling. Tomko, last I saw, he was like a fisherman.
What makes me feel disgusted. Wearing this filthy jersey covering up this beautiful
Like, this is all women got to do. It's like, this shirt I have to wear is so gross, and you all don't get to see my boobs.
Exactly
Like,
what I think
God.
about your school.
Shit for women is definitely not great these days, but it's a hell of a lot better than this. Yes, Bryan would have been Victoria's intern.
Brings me to the point of Steve Bradley. Steve Bradley, you made the biggest mistake of your life laying your hands on this beautiful body.
He was both. He was Travis Tomko and Tyson Tomko both.
So I just went out and hired a
Yeah,
bodyguard.
Tomko got really good. He had a run in New Japan that I saw got brought up in the chat earlier, a second ago. Like, he was a genuine blast with AJ and Christian and TNA. The booker was Terry Goldman.
And Steve Bradley, if you ever think about putting your hands
Seriously, people are genuinely wolf whistling like it's a fucking Looney Tunes cartoon.
All right, there you hear it from Victoria and her new bodyguard. We got Southern Heavyweight.
I think I'm with you on that one, Slatanica.
Making his way to the ring, the challenger from
That's
San Antonio,
insane.
Texas,
I love that.
Lance Cade.
I could definitely see that, Brian. Yes, R.I.P. Lance Cade. And the thing that's sad about the Lance Cade stuff is about a month before he passed, I remember he did an interview with Mike Johnson from W Insider where he was like advocating, like, hey, I have a problem. A lot of these guys have problems. We need help. We need some sort of system set up that's better than just, hey, you can go to rehab if you want. And then he fucking died.
Got the pin.
At this point, like, everybody
You can ask anyone in the back there.
was up Lance Cade's ass about, oh, he's going to be the next Barry Windham.
In MCW.
Yes, Dr. Liam, I just saw your comment. Yeah. Now, Lance Cade was seen as the Shawn Michaels student that was going to become the big star of all of them. Like, Danielson and Spanky were really good wrestlers. Lance Cade was a good wrestler, and he was 6'5" and jacked. Like, everyone had such high hopes for him. That's probably the reason, yeah, Brian, is because he was like, hey, listen, I do have a drug problem. That's why they fired me. But there needs to be a better system set up so that us, well, those of us with problems can get help and not just fucking fired.
Look at him. He disgusts me. You disgust me.
All right, look at Bradley
disgust
staring
me.
a hole into you, Victoria. Here, you cost him
God.
that matchup last week.
I miss the era of wrestling where all the white dudes wore their bandanas tied in the front because Conan showed up on TV in like 1996 with it like that. And they're like, shit, that must be the cool thing.
Steve, who's your daddy? Bradley. Oh, man, you used to valet and man.
Last resort, cut my life into pieces.
Matchups with him.
So like, Noli's really into that song right now. Andy, thank you for following me over on Twitch.
See him lose because usually I'm
And thank you for the Prime sub.
obviously. Jet.
By the way, everybody go check out Andy on WrestleJoy. He wrote a really good article this week about Mr. Iguana.
That was completely
Kind of
my
a
fault.
primer to get everybody caught up as the sensation that is Mr. Iguana.
What'd you say his name was?
Tattoo. Yes.
Your new body.
Tattoo. His Travis Tomko's ring name was Tattoo. Hams Benson. Which one of them? Lance Cade. Lance Cade ever get a singles run in WWE?
And Fred Durst is nothing
Kinda like when he was with Jericho, they weren't a team, but like he was a singles wrestler. I guess.
And here comes Bradley out after him. Chases him back in the ring. Here goes Lance Cade. Over Bradley. There's a leapfrog. Oh, Bradley nails him with a drop kick. The Southern Heavyweight Champion.
Oh.
Cade. And now it's a fight down on the floor here.
Yeah, I saw Vice did like a YouTube documentary about Papa Roach.
I don't know about that.
And that singer dude Jacoby, I still don't think I'd like get along with him, but I left it with a lot better of an impression than I thought I would have.
And here goes Steve Bradley.
Yeah, Jacoby Shaddix is his name. Yes, Sue's animal.
He disgusts me. Look at him.
Adult. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, Mr. Iguana has an adult podcast.
Lovely lady like myself.
Yeah, like I know Meltzer wrote something in the Observer too about the origins of the Mr. Iguana gimmick that I'm sure he wasn't thrilled got out.
And here comes Lance Cage back in. Going for the gold here tonight based on that non-title win of that three-way.
Yeah, if I'm Mr. Iguana, I'm really scared that I'm gonna get milkshake ducked.
Working on him in the corner over there.
I really hope that doesn't happen with him. Jacoby Shaddix would totally be the NXT North American champion right now. Oh, is Triple A Mania tonight? I thought it was like next weekend.
Unfortunately for the young Texan.
Holy shit, Susanimal. Holy shit. That is incredible.
Feels kind of weird here having your...
Yeah, Victoria really needed that OVW run to like get comfortable behind a microphone.
Making me nervous back there.
I think you're kind of sitting a little close. What do you think, Tattoo?
What do you mean I'm sitting close?
Yeah, that's probably how I'm gonna have to watch it. Is with the VPN on Max. Watch it tomorrow, probably.
You're sitting by greatness, you know.
Nervous because this big guy tattoo.
I'm not a pot guy, but there are a few people I think I would smoke with. Just so I could have the story.
Well, there are a couple things.
They should be asking Bradley to give it up.
All right, never mind. Nothing.
Whoa.
I don't want to get your bodyguard apart. Look at Lance Cage wearing down Steve Bradley here.
I don't think either of them are a baby face here.
Come on, Lance. Oh, no.
What do I think about JBL and AAA? It's a loud American doing racist heel shtick.
And Lance Cage comes back in with an elbow.
And same as every, like, 90s American star that goes down there.
Lance has lost it here. 2. And was one count away to becoming the new Southern Heavyweight Champion, a belt Steve Bradley has held ever since he arrived here in Memphis Championship Wrestling.
And he will soon lose because he doesn't have Victoria.
Who was booking AAA? I know Conan is like majority booker. And like since WWE announced they were buying in, like Jeremy Borash has been to like all the big shows down there. Oh, Boss Man Slam.
That's what you deserve.
Cade with a good opportunity here to grab the Southern Heavyweight title.
Dude, Dynamite in Arena Mexico is going to be so dope. Best arena to see wrestling in the world, I think.
He got the pin on Bradley last.
Why did someone give Victoria Susan St. James tapes?
Not that you were trying to help Cade, but I certainly saw you put the screws to Bradley. And
oh, hey, it's still the remnants of the Attitude Era. Just kicking dudes in the balls in the middle of a match. And the ref's like,
whatever.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't either, but I'm getting excited.
I don't see Conan being involved by the end of the year.
What kind of conditioner is that in your
He's gonna do or say something.
All right. Slugfest in the center of the ring here. Bradley getting the upper
Like, I thought Bradley was the heel, but he's clearly working this match as the babyface.
on the back body drop. And the Mofo has the situation in control. Wait a minute, Victoria.
Up top. God, Steve Bradley was good, man.
And
Victoria's gonna be up in the apron like, oh, hey, oh.
Bradley. He said he
Yeah,
wanted
congrats.
to get up there.
What the fuck's
And
going
now
on with my
he's
life?
about to-
Congrats
look at
to
Cade
RVD
behind.
and Katie
Uses
Forbes,
that distraction
little
to
baby
his
Van
body
Dam.
slam. No, floor
Did
over
Memphis
by
Championship
Bradley.
Wrestling make money?
Down. 2,
Probably
3.
not. Any money that would have been made would have been from WWE subsidizing it. But like, they pretty much stopped running shows once WWE pulled the plug on their deal with them, which kind of should tell you all you need to know about whether or not the shows were profitable.
Here comes the bodyguard and Bradley. Making a quick retreat out of their smart move. Look at the size of this guy that Victoria now.
Look at the size of this guy. He's the same size as everybody else in the locker room. Because they're all fucking huge. Come on. It is a choice to try to be like ECW Light in Tennessee in 2001. Tomko was a bodyguard for Limp Bizkit, yes. Like a legit bodyguard, not like Test with Motley Crue. Sigma fan. My kid would be a fan. You Sigma fan. Sigma. You had the right idea, Andy. Golden Entertainment. So that's the end of the first episode. So we're going to watch the second episode here in a second. But before we do so, here's what we'll be watching Tuesday on Twitch for WCW Deep Cuts Live.
And Master P and all you other rappers out there, you think that you got something that you can take care of on Kurt? What?
I'm going to interrupt right here. Master P has assured me he will be in New Orleans this coming
With
Monday
the
night.
soldiers?
Alright, where am I? That's way too loud. Alright, so that's what's coming up Tuesday. Going back to 1999. And you picked a real good show to come back to, that One Night Stand. So yeah, 1999 this Tuesday on Deep Cuts Live. Like, this is insane. He was so big and strong that he could pop up frickin' Kevin Furtick like that. Yeah, Josh, that's why I picked that clip, because Gene Okerlund claiming that Master P has his phone number. He was like, hey, Gene. Hey, P.
One member of each team scoring a pinfall over the Haas brothers, unofficial as it may be.
Unofficial as it may be. Yeah, it's very unofficial, because they weren't in a fucking match.
Bradley.
All right, Andy. Thank you so much. I love seeing you pop in. Hope to see you in the future. Have a great Father's Day.
That distraction to his advantage, body slam. No, float over by Bradley. Roll up. Miller down. 2, 3.
You pieces. This is my last resort. Oh, we got a hype train going. Oh my goodness. Going nuts. This hype train. What is going on? Twitch.
He's in the ring. Here comes the bodyguard and Bradley. Making a quick retreat out of their smart move. Look at the size of this guy that Victoria now has as her bodyguard.
This is crazy, dog.
He got that name. Look at the size of that monster.
Sigma fan 5 subs. Andy giving out 5 subs too. Holy crap. I love this. I love the sounds of this. Thank you guys so much for giving out these gift subs. I appreciate you so much. You're all the. It's it's WWF developmental because they include clips of the one time that the big WWF stars came to town. Some of earth, come on.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another big.
Look at that fucking jacket. Holy shit.
Summer Showdown Tour. It kicks off this Wednesday night in Poplar Bluff.
David Jett, my man. MCW lasted from... They were kick-ass wrestling before. Well, like the MCW run was like about 1.5 years, 2 years, I think. They died like within a few months of this show airing. This episode, June 9th.
Nights of wild action superstars from the WWF MCW and WCW. Mike Awesome, Hugh Morris, Scotty Too Hottie, Rikishi, Raven, Spike Dudley, Jerry Lynn, and more. The list goes on and on. It's going to
Could you imagine Mike Awesome trying to work a match in WWF Developmental with all those restrictions? Hey, Jake Kinney, hello.
On and on and on and on about him. But actually, this is a wrestling program, and we have plenty of wrestling action.
This is a wrestling program. You could have fooled me.
We'll be defending those titles tonight.
From which hotel did you get that jacket?
The titles on the line.
Yeah, they became a developmental because there was this whole weird thing with Jerry Lawler and Power Pro. They were together, they weren't together. Blah, 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 blah.
What I have right here is the
Shooter Schultz, the Shawn Michaels student that everybody forgot.
I had Joey Abs win this.
I love this hype train. This hype train is beautiful.
Cost me a little bit, but it was worth it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I have no respect
That's awesome, Susanna
for
Moore.
hardcore wrestling. Guys using tables and chairs. I'm a technical wrestler. I use my bare hands to beat people. I don't need a weapon because I have class. Just like William Regal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this belt, I'm going to get in my car, I'm going to drive right across
So wait,
the
when did he get the
Mississippi,
belt?
and
Joey
throw
Abs
it
won
down
it
the
last
river,
week.
into the river, and you'll never see it again. Because I'm the commissioner.
There's not even a
of
plate
MCW,
on that belt. I
and
fucking
have
love it.
things under control. There'll be no more hardcore wrestling.
Oh God.
Steve Bradley, you're
One
the
of
man
those
I'm
gimmicks.
looking for. Hey, I know we've had problems lately. You know, I beat you practically for your Southern Heavyweight title, and the belt should be in my bag, in my dressing room. But
Is there a student of Sean's that has been successful? I mean, Bryan Danielson.
so what I'm thinking about is, you know, the two powers here in MCW.
I mean,
Matt
Kendrick
and
was
Steve Bradley.
had a WWE run for years,
We take Joey
multiple
Abs out
runs.
once and for all,
I'd say he's
and
successful.
everything's great.
Okay, so, Liz, let me get this straight. What you're saying is you want to be my tag team partner tonight against Joey Abs. Lance Cade and Steve Bradley as a
Trying to
team.
figure out what that shirt is that he's wearing.
Yeah, think of the ratings.
Yeah,
Think of the ratings.
Absolutely. It sounds
All these fans at home. Oh, I can't wait for
what did you call it?
for Lance Cade and Steve Bradley to team up.
Okay, I don't know how to put this, Lance. You know, being the MCW champion, like you said, being somewhat of a role model to people.
Oh, it's an Old Navy shirt.
No offense, Lance. But you suck.
I suck.
You're a freaking idiot, and you're stupid. And how did you get into my dressing room?
Bandanas, guys. He's the baddest mofo in Memphis. Holy shit, we have shattered our all-time record for the hype train, TK Bomber. Thank you so much. As Steve Bradley is wearing out the bleep button. Incredible. I love this. Thank you guys. Level 4 hype train. Holy shit. That is wild, y'all. Thank you.
And Jackson, Tennessee, Saturday, June 16th at Holman Arena.
They're using the jacked intro song for their house show commercial. Here we go. GIRL. That's fucking awesome. That's a dream gig, not that Chris Benoit.
Now at 1-900-900.
Yeah, this has been a great Father's Day with all these subs. Y'all are the best. Brent, cheers. Thank you so much for the cheers, my dude. Dad power indeed.
Have you had credit troubles in the past? Don't worry. Been turned down by every car dealer in town? Don't worry.
Yeah, Danielson has always said that Sean, opened the door for him, but yeah, Regal and Tracy Smothers were the guys that really taught him the stuff that built his foundation. Hey, Matt Foster, happy Father's Day to you. Hope you and the little one had a good Father's Day. Yeah, like I said earlier, it's crazy that WWF didn't send them any footage.
Just qualify and drive away. Call 1-866-759-LEN. 24 hours a day. It's that easy and absolutely free. Call 1-866-759-LEN.
Imagine calling this line at 3 a.m. Hey, could I get a car?
drive away to
24-hour car dealership. Thank you, Louise. Look at the textures. The gradients.
But we're not worried about it, David. You know why? Because we're great athletes. We were state champions. We were in Division I.
Yeah, Steve Bradley essentially got Kurt Angle ready for TV. I'm glad Kurt gave him that credit in his Hall of Fame speech.
You're going to get ready to step into our world. Get ready to step into the house of pain.
Yeah. Just look at us just sitting over here at our gimmick table.
And their opponent in the Southern Tag Title match.
OG Ekmo, as opposed to the other Ekmos that came after him. That is Joey Mercury, yes. Mr. Big Volume is out of business. Thank you, Yankee Hawk, for looking that up. It is nuts that they're both passed. Brian Turner, I did not get this from your channel. There's versions of this out there that are like all stretched out to 16:9, but I found a channel that had this stuff up in the original 4:3 form that looked much better. So.
I'll be glad to take this.
Island Boys.
Really be behind the Island Boys.
Man, you guys have seen it for weeks.
Check out Brian Turner's VHS Rehab on YouTube. He just uploaded I forget the name of the show, but it's like a kids TV show where they went to WCW, and
Hey, good bell ringing there, Christian.
Chris Benoit put a child in the crippled crossface. Dr. Sammy G. Oh, but Incident 73, thank you for giving out that sub. Thank you. Yeah, please don't get yourself on the hook for a car loan. Just for the entertainment of us in the chat. Judas Effect. Level fucking 5. My Twitch says level 4. Maybe it was a level 5. Yeah, we're at level 5 now. Holy shit. Level 5 hype train. The hype is so high.
Well, either way, as long as the Haas brothers are not the Southern
Lance
Tag
Wright
champions.
can't touch me when it comes to hype. Holy shit. 50 to 60 USWA shows going up on Brian Turner's VHS Rehab YouTube channel tonight. So yeah, get on there now. And the balls.
Charlie will be singing soprano in the morning.
Thank you, Sigma fan. Popular Mechanics, thank you. I wanted to say Popular Arithmetics, which definitely was not correct. I can't get over, like, for WWE developmental, how few guys have real ring gear. Everyone's just wearing board shorts.
Summer Showdown. It starts this Wednesday night in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. I know the Island Boys would love to go into that.
I never got anything off of iOffer. I stayed on Crazy Max.
You guys could be standing right across the ring.
You guys are running a train on me.
Wednesday night.
It's a daunting task, but it's also a hell of an
Thank you,
opportunity.
Yankee Hawk. Yeah, dude.
Take 'em up on it.
Developmental has come so far from
You guys have
this.
fought the Haas brothers many times. Unfortunately, not for the tag titles. But I know you've got a good idea of their
Like, could they
strategy.
afford it? No, but I mean,
Inside the ring, any insight
there's
into
got to
what
be
you
a
think
way
the Island Boys should
to
concentrate
work it
on here
out.
during this matchup.
They need to watch their back. Because as good as the Haas brothers are, and they are.
Holy shit, Suzanimal.
You cannot take anything away from
5
them.
more.
They will resort to
Holy
any means
crap.
to
Thank
go
you
to any
guys.
length to keep those Southern Tag titles.
You all are making a boy blush.
Charlie Haas being dominated.
Thank you. Yeah, this hype train is absurd. It is so long, and it's got a lot of beautiful graffiti on it. Yeah, please don't throw up, Luis. Yeah, imagine Obafemi in Memphis Championship Wrestling wearing board shorts for no reason. Crazy Max is what I said. Please stand by. The old tape trading forum. I think it's still around. Because I get emails about it every now and again. 'Cause I've had the same email address since I was in middle school. Holy shit! That is not a move I would have expected out of that dude.
Ekmo's starting to get a little bit of trouble now. He needs to get out of the ring.
That's some like 2005 0-1 junior heavyweight division shit.
See, that's the problem right there with the Haas brothers. They have to sit there and argue with the refs instead of capitalizing when they got the man down. They're doing a good job of cutting down the ring, cutting it in half, and keeping Ekmo away from Kimo.
And the thing is, yeah, like you said, Ham Spencer, he nailed it. Like, that could not have been smoother. That's a giant man. I don't know if Private Party's confirmed to be heading there, but I mean, they probably should.
Keeping Ekmo in the ring and delivering a serious beatdown.
They definitely...
Kimo's fresh as a daisy,
I think they need a new environment.
Here's a cover, too.
Private Party. I think they're very talented. They just kind of hit a ceiling in AEW. And as much as I like Daniel Garcia, in hindsight, he probably should have also gone. Like, not because I want to see him in WWE, but he needed somewhere to go to get a fresh coat of paint. And we're kind of seeing it now that it's just kind of in the same spot as he was. And that's the thing, Suzanne brought up, at the end of the day, no matter what, it's always about how much money is being offered. That is the most important thing. Get paid, kids.
Russ Haas in to break up that pin attempt. What could have been a title change right here on Memphis Championship Wrestling Unleashed.
Like, could you imagine him as Umaga pulling that shit off? 100% hype train. Holy fuck. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And Sigma Fan kind of putting us over the top there at the end. That's oh my goodness. Thank you. Holy shit. Y'all are the best community. You're very kind folks. I'm very lucky to have you all. Level 6.
Ekmo's been in there nearly 10 minutes of taking a serious beating from the hospital.
I didn't think it went up that high. I thought it stopped at level 5.
Here's his opportunity.
Happy Big Papa Day, Mike Lou. Thank you. Tony has assistants that help him out with the booking.
That's where your partner comes in handy.
Will Washington, RJ City, a number of folks. Yeah, if you didn't know this was 2001, just look at the Island Boys. Wow, okay, so 5 was the cap, and now it's gone up to over 20 for these hype trains. Shit, that's crazy.
Here goes Russ into the ropes.
There goes Russ. Oh shit, he almost did kick the other Island boy. Did my kids give me respect? They gave me a couple of hours of reprieve.
Oh man, right into the referee's losing control. Charlie Haas is going for that. He's going for that tag title. And York and Matthews just leave the table. Look out, Christian York stops Charlie Haas dead in his tracks. Referee contending with the fight outside on the floor. Joey Matthews on Charlie Haas off the top rope. Kimo sees him into the rope.
Kimo sees him.
Look at that spinning leg drop. Cover. 1, 2, 3. He's done it.
And my kiddos gave me a couple hours reprieve so I could go see the Phoenician Scheme today,
and your new Southern Tag Team,
which I really enjoyed.
The Island Boys.
Yeah.
Here tonight, we have new Southern Tag Team champions, the Island Boys.
New champions.
Kimo. They've done it with a little support from York and Matthews. And the Haas brothers no longer have the Southern titles. What are you looking at me for?
Dude, they were so agile. One, I think it was Umaga used to do like spinning wheel kick leg drops.
American Dragons thanking to help the Island Boys celebrate their win of the Southern Tag Team title.
Yay, Bryan Danielson's out to celebrate with them.
Hey, check it out, man. I got a great idea.
You know, we both are having all these problems with Steve Bradley.
Are they
You know, we
in
both
Joey
want the Southern
Habs's
Heavyweight title,
tree
but
house?
both of us don't have it. Okay? We beat each other to a bloody pulp these last couple months.
That
okay?
room looks like he
And
built it
Steve Bradley
himself.
is playing us for two fools because neither of us still have that belt. So I got an idea, buddy. How about this? We
Nice.
tonight we team
Very
up,
cool, Mikey.
and we take out Steve Bradley once and for all. And how about it, Abs? Katie, you finished? I'm finished. Come on. Team up with
Are
me.
you finished? Because I need
Get out of
to.
my locker room before I take this
I need to
chair.
put in a window for my weird locker room treehouse. What is the other guy? Gary Show, Red Ranger and steroids. This sounds like a Muzak version of Lex Luger's WCW music, which is already kind of a Muzak song anyway. Oh no, it's a real song. I'm sure somebody's gonna tell me what this is in a second. That room is being built by everybody who sent their resumes in for a job. Oh, Dr. Leo. I've never been to Memphis. No. I mean, I've driven through it, I think. But I've never, like, stopped there. You could tell David Jett picked the music for these bumpers.
The main event. Memphis' first
The main event where you can buy Owen Hart's used singlet.
T-shirt, autographed photos, action figures, replica wrestling belts.
I have my eye on that Royal Rumble pinball machine.
Plus, one-of-a-kind items you'll find only at the main event.
And everybody knows Steve
Yeah.
Bradley's always in the main event.
The main event, 2745 Bartlett Boulevard in Memphis.
Hey, Eric Adams. It's Terry Golden's ring, and they trained in Terry's backyard. I mentioned that a little bit ago. The ring was tied down with tarps, and they would always fight dead animals. Oh my god! Oh no! That ring had dead and did you imagine? They have the PC now, which is like a multi-million-dollar facility. Back in this day, you wanted to work out in the ring and developmental, you had to take the dead animals out of the ring and clean them up.
When people ask you such
That place is
personal
not
things,
still open,
do you
no.
always
Main event,
tell them
no.
everything, both the negative and the
I bet that
positive,
place was
or
out of
do you
business
hold
within
back
6 months of this
I am
airing.
obligated by what I believe in, to be honest.
You pass up a good one. You know what? You passed him up about 6 months or so ago because he was taking a bus. You know the one I am
Holy
talking
shit,
about,
20,
don't you?
I'm looking at it now, 22 gift subs.
1-800-266-9557.
Y'all fucking rule. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
On K97, we play the jams.
Yeah, the jams. Oh my gosh.
Yo, yo, what's up? This is
Yo, what's up? The main event was replaced in that building by a hair salon.
We are the station that plays so many jams.
They only have one microphone for everybody?
Continuous jams, K97.
Oh.
Cooler Civic Organization is
Hey,
ready
Funker.
to take
Yes, you
advantage of the
did.
hottest fundraiser in the Mid-South. Don't hesitate. Call 901-756.
I have to think there's hotter
Or visit us on the web
fundraisers
at
in the Mid-South than
championshipwrestling.com. Dates are
fucking
filling up fast, so
Steve
call
Bradley and Joey Abs.
901-756-5498, and we'll see you
And I
in the
like
ring in
them,
your
but like
hometown.
cakewalks were probably way more popular.
I am here with the MCW Southern Heavyweight Champion, Steve Bradley. And all I know, Bradley, is this week at the Summer Showdown.
That microphone that is clearly
Whoa,
not
will be
plugged
on the
into
line
anything.
Every single night. Cha-ching, baby.
You know, it seems you're a little pumped up.
Yes, about the Slammin' Summer Showdown, and so is Steve Bradley. Corinth, Mississippi, Jackson, Tennessee, Jonesboro,
Alright, Stephen J. Neptune Man, this day in history, June the 9th, 2001, the Avalanche defeated the New Jersey Devils 3-1 and gave 7 to the Stanley Cup. Number 1 song, and the country was Lady Marmalade by Christina Aguilera, Little Kim, Maya, and Pink. It does kind of seem like he's doing Bryan Christopher. Oh shit, tattoo!
Like this?
This looks like remember that show Eliminate? Like the profiles they would air about the gals as they walk up for the date. My name is Victoria, and if this guy wants to get with me, he has to deal with my big bodyguard.
One, a personal
Name's
bodyguard,
Tattoo.
Limp Bizkit.
And he knows Fred Durst. Good on them for actually having footage of Travis Tomko with Fred Durst. So why the fuck did Limp Bizkit set up a fucking steel cage at their concerts?
6'6", 285, and all muscle. Tattoo.
Even his brain.
Now.
But also, who's walking around with Fred Durst with a camcorder? It's like, hey, you can use this for your wrestling
lays a
show.
hand on Victoria, or they have to answer to Tattoo.
Yes, Steve Carino and Fred Durst's thing was in 1999.
What a party, huh? Those two big island boys finally won. They were in there dancing.
Yes, this is 2001 where you just needed a funny hat to be a funny guy.
You think I get
What is on Danielson's shirt?
My lightweight title?
Yeah, I mean, I see no need to wait till the Slam and Summer Showdown. You know,
Pal, for you, and
we can do a little bit of this.
none of those. Wrestling match.
None of these, huh?
Brian Danielson has never taken promos
That's called
seriously.
a closed fist, pal.
Well, what about double axe?
That looks like a fist to see to you?
Well, I suppose it's a double fist to see.
Then it's a
A
double.
double fistices.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Nobody sets up any matches around here except me. I'm the MCW commissioner. As a matter of fact...
Wait, what? I thought he was the
you and I
hardcore
had a discussion
champion.
about that match. Should have never taken place. The contracts for that match
Hey,
were
Spanky,
never
tell your mom
properly
thanks for
signed.
the haircut.
When I reviewed the tape, that ref was clearly drunk.
Charlie Miller doesn't
So I'll
drink.
just take this belt, and as for you, I got a match for you tonight, but it's not with him. It's with Seth. Have fun.
Oh, we... Yeah.
Why is it every time I get
What
punished,
is
I
on his
wrestle
shirt?
Warning, despite the extreme violence, no wrestlers were injured during the making of this videotape.
Yes, that is true. That's why they changed his name to Leonardo Spanky.
Backyard wrestling has been banned.
I didn't catch that. See, that's the thing, is I'm a dumb person who doesn't catch
We
those
have it
things.
all caught on tape. This wild footage is
That's
so
why I got you
clean,
guys
we
here to
can't
catch
even
that
show
stuff,
it.
because I'm flopping my gums.
The best of backyard wrestling is
The hardcore champion and the commissioner.
astonishing. Brave Rolling Stone. You'll watch it again and again. We guarantee this video contains the
What if they did like an MCW versus backyard
And when
wrestling
you call now during this special
invasion?
TV offer, you'll also
And they
receive free
sent
fitness
Bryan
equipment
Danielson out
that
to
has been
wrestle
banned
these
in 5
guys.
countries. Plus, pro wrestling's sexiest supermodel, Tylene Buck, like you've never seen her before. Remember, this video is not sold in stores.
Danielson was, I think,
Call the
2021.
number at the bottom of your screen or send check or money order for $19.95 plus shipping and
Yeah, I think that
Order
was
now,
it. It
you'll
was
receive
just,
the
hey,
Bryan Buck footage
I don't
absolutely
think you
free.
should have the
Don't
title,
wait.
so now it's vacant.
418-0707. That's 1-800-418-0707. Call now.
Yeah, with the backyard wrestling stuff, I imagine 99% of them became burnouts. And there's the one that's like a high-ranking executive somewhere that has to like drop the subject when somebody's, what'd you do in high school? No, yeah, Judas, in fact, they weren't reviewing that stuff. They were taking quotes from the news stories about how awful hardcore wrestling is. R-L. Girls, girls, girls.
Call us now at 1-900.
Oh, I think it's so sexy to watch ladies dance in front of the Windows Media Player animation. What does that spell?
Trying to get home phone service for some companies is like pulling teeth.
Yeah, the phone sex folks had a lot of fucking money.
Expert customer support and 911 emergency service. Plus, there's no credit check, no ID required, and just $39 starts you talking. It's the easiest way to get phone service. Anyway,
I figured the easiest way to get phone service was 1-800-GIRL.
Sign up for ComSouth today at any of these convenient locations.
Hey, Jonathan Mary. Yeah, great hanging out with you yesterday at Black Label Pro. Really fun show they had. Glad to see you in the chat, my dude.
I don't know. Everyone's a little frantic.
Thank you for re-upping your Prime sub, my dude.
What you did.
So many subs tonight.
Record, you caused us to have a flaw. You destroyed one of the greatest title reigns in the history of the Southern Tag
Rod
Team
Rageous isn't just
Championship.
chewing up the scenery, he's like devouring it.
Fear in our title match against the Island Boys. And Island Boys, how could you accept the titles after knowing the way you won them? It's a disgrace.
I cannot fucking
Disgrace to all
stand
the
this
tag
guy.
teams out there. God, I can't believe they treated like that. That's crap.
Could you imagine Rodney getting called up to the main roster as Rod Rageous?
They cheated. I 3-on-1. Tried 4-on-1. It took 4.
Guy in the middle on a
And that
coke
one spoon's
bench.
so damn big. It's like 7-on-1. What are you laughing?
That is Rodney from the Mean Street Posse, yes.
I'm upset.
He was Rod Rageous.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you guys are talking. Obviously, as you can see, I'm very upset.
I mentioned earlier this is the period where they wanted the Mean Street Posse to find new things so that they could call them up as something other than the Mean Street Posse or call them back up.
We will get our belts back.
I have not read Pete Guest's autobiography. I need to.
Sure, Schultz, you're the commissioner of MCW now, and I want some satisfaction, and I want it starting tonight. I was just in
I want some
Steve Bradley's
satisfaction.
locker room. He's calling me all sorts of names.
Blow
He's
me.
calling me out of his locker room. I was
Please.
in Joey Adams' locker room. He's threatening to shove big furniture up my ass. You know, come on, you gotta do something about this.
Relax.
Shoving furniture up his
I'll tell you what
ass.
I want a match tonight on the show against Steve Bradley or Joey Abs. And then I want Joey Abs or Steve Bradley teaming up with me against Joey Abs or Steve Bradley.
All right, so what are you saying? You want a partner for tonight?
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw somebody make the joke earlier, but Sophie from EWR is gonna send an email to Terry Golden saying, "You're using Shooter Schultz too much. He's losing
So it's
overness."
me and Joey Abs.
Exactly, Brian. You can't be the commissioner without wearing at least a blazer.
Thanks, man.
This was going up against Randy House's promotion.
Making his way to the ring from Sin City, this is 7.
He looks like the gender swapped version of every like cool girl from a teen movie. You know, the cool girl that's like I'm not like the other girls.
You notice something missing here? How can you get rid of the most prestigious light heavyweight title
Kendrick got
in
so
the
much
land?
mileage out of that jacket.
The history.
Like he was wearing it in Ring of Honor.
Tyler Gates has held this. Alki's held this. Oh, absurdity at its finest.
And his opponent from Aberdeen, Washington.
And he's coming out to
this
self-esteem.
is the
Oh yeah.
American Dragon.
Here we go. Bryan Danielson.
Well, Spanky, we are underway, fast and furious
They're
here.
not waiting around for anybody, are they, Jet?
Well, the action is just you know, this Wednesday in Poplar Bluff, Missouri, kicks off the fourth.
No, Kendrick has. I mean, other than he's agented a few shows for WWE because Ronda Rousey requested him as her agent. Other than that, Brian Kendrick's really just done like smaller indies. He works for that promotion Battleground that Rob Feinstein may or may not be connected
Absurdity
to,
at its finest. That belt meant so
otherwise
much
known
to
as
this
Canceled
organization.
Championship Wrestling.
Hopefully, either myself or Drake can take that WWF light heavyweight belt off the waist of Jerry Lynn and bring it back home to Memphis.
Well, Jerry Lynn, a former ECW
Maybe it would
champion and
have.
the current
Not a lot of shit would have worked. Oh my gosh! Why did you take that bump, Brian?
He's the best in the business.
Gee, I wonder why Brian's neck doesn't work anymore.
vicious, he's sadistic. But
I
today,
wonder
it's
why
like
his
he's out all the
neck
time.
is made of
Where exactly
paper
is
clips
Sin
and
City?
bubble gum.
I don't know, but I think I did.
Yes, he did, Judas Effect.
I
Yeah, that's Kevin Thorne. Yeah.
No, Shooter Schultz responsible today already for getting rid of the hardcore title. He took your light heavyweight
Looks like
title
Hammerstone
away
if he
from you.
ran a
I have no
gym
idea
at
what
Burning
Shooter Schultz's
Man.
agenda is. I don't know what's gotten into this guy. I don't know.
I do need to watch some kick-ass wrestling. Yes,
Getting these
sir.
ideas.
It's the little that I've seen. It's a very funny promotion.
I'm also wondering if he took away his hardcore titles. That also means 7 losses.
This is such a fever dream match. Bryan Danielson versus fucking Mordecai in front of 30 people in what appears to be the afterlife montage of a 90s comedy.
The big man down to his knees.
Yes, Kevin Furtig is like the #1 real estate agent in Indianapolis. I see him all the time.
You know what those chops of dragons? Some of the most devastating in business? Well, I bet you didn't know. He's been studying Aikido and has a belt.
I love those guys in the front are like, yeah, you're the good one.
I did not know that.
You're the one with talent. We recognize that.
I'll have you know.
Oh, look at that vicious forearm.
I don't know if it's the same show that you were at, Sigma fan. I saw Kevin Thorne have the worst fucking match I've ever seen. And it went 40 minutes. And he was just like trying to do stand-up in between spots. Like telling jokes.
What's it going to be like, Spanky, when you have to face
It was fucking horrible. Yes, this was about 9 months before ROH started.
We've roughly each other about 150 times now.
Oh, hey, house show dive. Yes. Well, it was between 30 and 40
with
minutes.
Memphis Championship Wrestling, when we've got superstars coming in from the WWF, everybody...
Okay, yeah, I was not at the Drake Younger Bryan Danielson show. No.
Coming down also, and
I know what show you're talking about. This is a different show.
You gonna get wood?
I think it was him and Apollo Star, maybe?
Or will that be during a Victoria match?
No, wait just a second. You're beating off the, whatever here.
I'm what?
Half. Yeah, something like that.
Let's get back to the match.
Real estate agents, kayfabe, everything. Oh my gosh. Ryan, come on, man. Why is... There's a fan just on his knees in the crowd. No chair. Or is that the guy that sent in his resume? No, he's bowing down. That's a fan. Who is just bowing down to Kevin Furtig.
He's somehow advancing to maintain a crush on Molly Holly.
Colt Cabana did that gimmick you're talking about, Rudrick. A punchline.
He's about to demolish Dragon. Spanky gets the chair away from 7.
He was like a depressed stand-up comic that had never made it anywhere.
Oh, man.
For Jeff Katz's promotion.
2, 3. And your winner.
Is that Dr. Seuss? Kind of.
Spanky, what happened up there? What are you doing?
He's a plant. It's foreshadowing the vampire gimmick.
I swear, Jet, not me for that to happen. I was trying to help out my friend. Friends, we're friends, Jet, like you and I. Jet, we're friends.
Those fans are straight edge, apparently.
Well, we'll find out what nuts happened between the two. When the Slamming Summer Showdown Series starts.
He's staring down the 12-year-old that is somehow almost as big as he is.
Lance Cade, it looks like you got what you asked for tonight. You got Joey Abs as a tag team partner against
I have
Steve
no
Black.
idea what was the
So what do
point
you gotta
of the
say
chair.
about that?
I'll tell you,
It's
Rod,
2001.
what I gotta say about that. Finally, tonight,
Okay, that isn't. I see it now. It is an
Steve
old
Black
Navy
once
shirt.
and for all. He has
Gotcha,
no
I
friends.
see it.
His girl left him, and tonight might be his last night in MCW.
I'm not laughing.
This
with
was
you,
developmental,
Lance
yes.
Cade. I'm laughing at
Believe it
you.
or not,
You know
even though
why?
these guys are just
The way
doing
I
whatever the
remember
fuck
it,
they want.
Joey Abs beat your ass the last couple weeks, and all I know, baby, you better strap on that.
Alright, Triplet Mania has already begun with a promo from JBL where I'm sure he's like throwing tortillas out or something.
Out of my area.
You know what, Rod Rage?
But see, Bryan, unlike most indies, that oversized tween in a red shirt and bleach blonde hair wasn't doing a death
Start trouble with Lance Cade. I'll go get
He's just
Joey
in the
Abs,
crowd.
and you'll be the next guy to leave MCW.
That's not kind, Hunter the Gargoyle.
All right.
Come on! Seriously, this is like a rip-off of Lex Luger's WCW song. Even though it's a real song, I hear Lex Luger's song. Yeah, there's not that many wrestlers here. Like, it's not like now where NXT has 300 performers. There were like 40 guys in developmental, and OVW had most of them. And Terry Golden had to make do with like the 7 guys he was sent. I'm a star! Here's a rock and roll star! Ow. The White Squirrel Festival. Doesn't sound really fucking racist. This was years before Deep South. Ebenezer. Okay, according to Spotify, that's Rock and Roll Star by Hardcore Superstar. What a fucking song. At the time, they had OVW, they had MCW, they had just split off from Power Pro in Memphis, and they had an affiliation with IWA Puerto Rico. But that's just where they sent the guys that they wanted to quit.
We're having a slumber party.
Here we go. 1-800-FREE-LOVE.
If this party doesn't get
Which,
started because
as
you
we
pick up
pointed
the
out
phone
in the
and
last
call
time we saw this, definitely not free.
love. You can just imagine what's on
Brian, yeah, that's pretty much MCW at this point. Make sure you come to the Armory in New Bern for our 8 guys and, I don't know, build a mop might show.
Call 1-800-FREE-LOVE.
But Jerry Lawler didn't work in MCW in this era. He did not work for WWE anymore.
What is class?
And WWE pulled out a Power Pro because they wanted to keep using Jerry Lawler.
Their top-notch chauffeurs will pamper you with professionalism and courtesy.
Joe Hendry versus Moose versus Macias versus Dr. Wagner, El Hijo de Dr. Wagner over on Triple Mania for the X Division title. 1-800 HPV.
$95.95 and B&A is on the way.
It's back, and
I have to think there was a take where the limo driver ran over the camera operator.
July 7th and 8th in the air-conditioned comfort of the Cook Convention Center. And this year, UPN 30, in conjunction with Sports for Life, will feature a special children's clinic with NBA players and coaches.
Yeah.
This year's winner of the men's open division will be flown to the
Round Ball Ruckus sounds like a fucking big guy wrestler.
Brought to you by UPN 30.
Probably not going to do a Why Mr. Iguana rules just because everybody's kind of beating that into the ground right now. And typically when I do topical stuff, it doesn't do very well. Weirdly enough. Yeah. Yeah, let's bring... I fucking hate fans who bring signs to indie shows. Yeah, that kid, he's 12, but he's the same size as all these giant WWF wrestlers.
Let's get this straight right now. I'm not out here.
Let's get this straight right now. This man's jacket is not actually on fire.
For one reason, and that's to get to Steve Bradley.
Roundball Ruckus sounds like a new metal cover album of John Tesh's stuff. Yeah, no, I was saying earlier, Noli thinks this is emo. Like, he'll sing the chorus and they go, it's so emo. And I'm like, fucker, you know nothing about Jets to Brazil. Hey, Noah. Yes, the gold chains that are just choking you. Very 2001. The Slammin' Summer Showdown. Who's my favorite emo act? Marilyn Manson?
Kate, I don't think Abs is your friend either.
Hey, buddy. Hope you're doing well.
Bradley having to face Abs and Kate here. Well, Kate's kind of... Wait a minute, what the hell is that?
I've tried showing him some... I've tried getting him into some music. And he was into REM for like a day. Yeah, Rod Rageous, the interviewer. For those of you joining us late, that is Rodney from the Mean Street Pass Posse.
Rod Rageous, who apparently...
Hell yeah, Jonathan. Yeah, Noli, the inspiration of Black Label Pro Champion, Josh Bishop.
Lance Cade said that Bradley didn't have any friends in the back. And after what Lance Cade said to Rod,
I need to have him listen to Forcible Entry.
into the ring, we have 2 on
Hey, buddy, what do you think of the most aggressive Our Lady Peace song?
We are underway here with action. Rod Regis starting out against Lance Cade. All four of these men will be in Poplar Bluff, Missouri this weekend.
Yeah, that's the thing Brian brought up.
Arkansas.
Rodney and Joey Abs, they were besties growing up, man.
Summer Showdown Tour is this week. If you do not have your tickets for these events, I urge you to go out and get them now.
Rod Regis really looks like a deathmatch guy trying to do a Scotty Duarte gimmick.
Titles on the line every night.
Hey, Adam, that is wild. I think it's very funny that Our Lady Peace is playing Whatever again. And then after they play it, they throw up the line to the suicide hotline up on the screen.
Bradley turned him down. Abs turned him down. And finally, Commissioner Shooter.
Because the suicide part is not what's problematic about that whole tragedy. It's the double homicide that is a bit worse. Holy shit! That dropkick.
1, 2, and Joey Abs is getting hot on the ringside.
Hot on the ringside.
And here comes the Southern.
That should have been the name of the Super Summer Sizzler Showdown Tour. Hot on the ringside.
The whip into the ropes. Cade reverses. Bradley counters with a shoot.
And another WWF developmental guy wearing board shorts.
Steve Bradley, turn it up a notch.
Bootleg Lodi.
Competition is going to be fierce this week at the Slam and Summer Showdown Tour, but what a mistake. You don't usually see mistakes like that out of the veteran. Steve Bradley.
Now, Luis, are they using the six-sided ring tonight at Triple Mania? I can't see them keeping it too much longer if they're using it tonight. I can't even imagine how many Summer Sizzler tours there have been in pro wrestling history.
Covered. About a 1.5 there.
If Joe Hendry used a Spanish version, recorded a Spanish version of his song for AAA, I would have so much respect for that.
Blocks to the midsection. Another Irish whip into the corner. Here comes Bradley. Here comes Cade. Point of the elbow.
That's the thing, though. Steve Bradley wasn't small. Like, he was bigger than the light heavyweights.
Pushes him off, saying, "Hey, I want him. Don't end this thing yet." Cade got what I consider a fairly fluke win over Steve Bradley several weeks ago.
I love the camera operator that is absolutely also the janitor of the gym. Like wearing his shirt with his little name sewn on, the little patch. Oh, there's a guy on Instagram who covered the song in Spanish and Joe Hendry used it. I'm disappointed in Joe. He should have re-recorded it. Summer Sizzler Tour at a Falls Count Anywhere at the Salad Bar match.
Lance Cade tags in, blind tag on Joey Abs.
What? No! Cameraman, you can't do that. That was such a bad idea. That shot where you rotate the camera 360 degrees under the guy on the top rope. I almost threw up. Why would you do that? Look at Rodney throwing good punches. I was at an indie show on a basketball court 3 weeks ago. Actually, technically Black Label Pros shows are in a basketball court. But the room's so damn dark that you can't notice half the time.
All four men in the ring now. The action getting wild.
So technically, I was at an indie show at a basketball court with a basketball court last night.
Rod Regis with the spinning neck breaker.
Like, this room looks like when Bill and Ted met death in A Bogus Journey.
There goes Lance Cade out of the ring.
Oh, Steve Bradley would have had plenty of size in 2025.
Bradley
I cannot get over that Rodney learned how to throw good punches.
Bradley taken. Abs over the top rope.
Oh, he's got a train. We're in Tennessee.
Rodriguez right in the top of the head. Down for the cover. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, the Murphy Rec Center was a basketball court. Yeah. They ran like their first year or so in that venue. Yes. And they used the house lights. Like they just flipped the light switch on.
When we come back, we're going to have some very interesting words concerning the Slamming Summer Showdown.
We're going to have some very interesting words, and they're like, the words are like fluvius and supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
The World Wrestling Federation, and for the first time on the same card, superstars from WCW coming to Poplar Bluff, Missouri, Wednesday, June 13th.
Come see Sean Stasiak.
Arkansas, Thursday, June 14th at the ASU Convocation Center. Corinth, Mississippi.
Meet and greet him while he records you talking. Lance Cade and Bryan Danielson and Shooter Schultz and I believe Spanky all did a tour of FMW before they got signed.
The perfect time.
Yes, I have seen the HBK Hayabusa versus H match. And it's not Michael St. John, that is David Webb, or David Jett, rather, who sounds just like Michael St. John.
Do you have a job?
Do you have a job?
You could be approved right now.
Do you want a car loan with a 78% interest rate?
Call 901-473-1000.
Oh shit, we have a fourth phone sex commercial. No pun, no special digit spelling. Yeah, buying a car in the middle of the night on the phone is insane.
This call is free. 1-800-684-4000. Must be 18.
I love the fucking Wings style synth song.
Introducing Popeye's new Buffalo style nuggets.
All those ladies grinding to
packed into all white meat, crispy,
wonderful
crunchy
Christmas
nuggets.
time.
New Buffalo style nuggets are only $2.49.
What part of the buffalo does the nugget come from?
Or get an 11-piece box of Popeye's tender Cajun chicken, spicy or mild, for only $8.99.
God, I would love to go to a commercial with the band that did the Popeye song.
Civic organization is ready to take advantage of the hottest fundraiser in the Mid-South. Don't hesitate. Call
Yeah, do we have any like real expert perverts in the chat that have been looking up those phone sex models? Your mom hired a lawyer off Jerry Springer. It was the horse from the episode where the guy fucked the horse.
This Wednesday night, Slamming Summer Showdown. Get ready because
Random ass SummerSlam 98 decal.
Attitudes that were given to us by Joey Matthews, Christian York, and the Island Boys. But you see, the acolytes, you can even step into the ring, and you're gonna taste the Haas attitude.
Oh my god, they're doing Pulp Fiction, but to girls. What is Joey Matthews doing?
And speaking of the APA, they're going to be in town, and they just might be coming to a bar near you.
Because you see, we are no longer
Holy
the Southern
shit,
Tag Team
horny for
And by
ECW.
God, before it's over, we will be the Southern Tag Team
Yes,
champions
Noah,
once
please.
again.
Let's all call that phone sex line.
Baby, the Slamming Summer Showdown. And I understand that you, Stevie Richards, is gonna be there. Well, I'll tell you
Stevie Richards gonna come down and censor your fucking goatee.
I'll pick my stinking nose.
I'll pick my fucking nose. He still almost said I'm gonna pick my fucking nose.
Let's even go back to junior high. All right. Junior high state champions. Yeah. High school state champions 2 times. We earned Division I scholarships.
1-800-532-532-4500. Anyone wants to have phone sex tonight?
I carried it too. And most of all, if I get in the ring with you, I will slap those hands silly.
Blow off that arm and
Gonna slap his hands.
You see, that's why we can guarantee almost anything. Because we are the best
And
at
they
what we
wondered
do.
why
We put
WWE
100%
pulled the
effort
contract
into it, and if you don't like us, that's too
for
bad.
this promotion.
Because when it's all over, you're gonna say we just finished up facing total destruction.
That's right, and I can guarantee
Like-
you I can get freaking nuts.
Charlie and Russ just did puns based off of their
Doesn't
names.
matter who you put in front of me. Steven Richards, the Acolytes, Rikishi, Jerry Lynn. I know you've all made your mark on this sport.
I know you guys are big stars, but if I get let out of this bunker that I'm in, I'm gonna kick your ass.
And to all you WWF superstars out there, you're going to come to these 4 shows, and I'm going to show you why Lance Cade is
Like, these
legit.
all look like the promos they would shoot from the Bully and Bully Beatdown.
We know just how
Yeah,
things can
every
be.
day I punch this kid in a wheelchair and I tell him, fuck off, Wheels. Mayhem Miller, you're not gonna kick my ass in the cage.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's up here,
R.I.P. Muppet Vision 3D.
singing Rainbow Connection? Hey, do you like wrestling? I sure do. Who's your favorite wrestler? Well, Spanky, of course. Hey, mine too.
If he did this in 2025, he'd be on Raw tomorrow.
Of course I did. Say,
Yeah, PTRF, they're just doing ECW Pulp Fiction,
my money's on
but to a Motley Crue
Jerry
song.
Lynn, this week you're going
What is Bryan
Get
doing?
out of my way.
I think it's supposed to be him doing cardio, but that's not how the shot's framed.
I'm a big bully and I use weapons. Just like Jerry Lynn. That's not fair. Referee, do something about this. Hey, no, that's not
Like-
bad. That's cheating. Right spread number 2. Bing. Frog splash. Boom. 1, 2, 3. The winner.
Honestly, if you're not gonna tell these guys what to do, just fucking do puppet
Everybody
shit.
knows the name Joey Abs, and every wrestler fears me. Just like everybody in MCW fears me, so will everyone in this industry.
None of you guys believe I'm the toughest man in MCW.
Again, that
You see this
legit
fist right
looks
here? You see this
like
arm
a
right
Bully
here?
Beatdown
I'm
promo.
gonna show everyone.
I have
why I'm
not
the
had
toughest man
them.
around.
I don't really feel like I
You're
need
gonna
to,
end up in the same place, on your
because
back,
we're living it.
looking at the ceiling. Because Joey Abs is not gonna quit until there's nobody left.
You guys really want a piece of this? Come on, look at me. You want a piece of this? You want a piece of
Like,
this?
I feel like he's about to be let into the Maury studio, so everyone can boo him and be like, fuck you, I'm 12, and I have 7 babies.
Devastation. And somebody's gonna get hurt. Joey Abs going to the top.
Yes, come on. So there we go. Ending with Scum of the Earth. Ironically, it's more the top of the WWF, the Scum of the Earth, than these guys at the bottom of the company. Yeah, Bryan, Lance Cade's like, I used to be a fucking dweeb, and now look at me. I'm gonna tell my old crush to fuck off. Oh my gosh. Scream it, I hate my mom, come on. Alright, before we go, let's check out, I promised it earlier, this, last week on WCW Deep Cuts Live, I said I thought that Not Quite Wrestling this month was going to be this coming Friday. Turns out Noli has a baseball game Friday night that will not allow me to do a stream, so we're going to do it next Sunday, the members only stream on YouTube. Here's what we will be watching for Not Quite Wrestling.
Gym should be easy for Superman DJ.
right. Where I am. So, next Sunday, Not Quite Wrestling. Become a member of the Weirdo Empire. Throw down, get your money in. Join at the Erotic Eric Fontaine level or above, and you and I will watch MTV Rock and Jock basketball and baseball from 1994 next Sunday. And as always, if you don't have the means to plop down a few bucks, I'm going to be back this coming Tuesday, just 2 days away, 48 hours away. WCW Deep Cuts live over on Twitch. So this has been fun, getting a chance to look back at WWF Developmental from the year 2001 with all of you, all my pals here across all the platforms. Thank you all so much for the hang tonight. Thank you for the subs. Holy shit, I've never gotten so many subs on Twitch in my life. This has been amazing. You're all the best. So I'm gonna go hang out for a little bit before I go to bed. Whatever you do, take care of yourselves. Enjoy the remaining minutes of Father's Day. So my name is Tom, and I don't know, do what you want with your life. I ain't your dad.